What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following along with my channel, you know I've been doing a series called Co-Angler Diaries. Basically this year, in order to try to save some money and not spend so much, I'm fishing and traveling as a co-angler. Now I'm definitely doing some stuff up at home as a boater, but this year we're traveling doing the co-angler thing. 1 week I had marked off for the Bassmaster Open on Bugs Island. That was the last co-angler diary where we ended up getting 9th place. Well, 2 days after that open, there ended up being a BFL on Bugs Island. And that's the tournament we're going to recap. And then the day after that BFL, I actually drive over to High Rock Lake, stay with a buddy of mine, and fish the ABA, where I am actually leading the points on the co-angler side in that division. So let's dive on in. Well, we just weighed in at Kerr for the BFL. Boom! Another check. This one hurts. I got 7th place. I missed the win by less than 2 pounds. I had 2 3-pounders and then 3 14-inchers. I had 10-1. Unfortunately, I lost 3 really solid fish. One I saw, I know it was a 4-pounder. That one fish would have got me the win for sure. But it was in some brush, but I did lose 2 on a jig under a dock that I could never move, and they just come unbuttoned, and I think both of those were good ones. But I can't complain. We're 2 tournaments into this little 3-tournament week. I'm 2 for 2 on cashing a check. Now we're driving 2.5 hours to High Rock, where I'll be fishing tomorrow. So appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned. So I did a terrible job kind of recapping the tournament. Originally I wanted to do a vlog of the entire trip, but I'm no good at it. I'm terrible at even talking to you guys right now, but I feel like there's something to be learned from my video series. So yeah, I finished 7th place at the BFL. I didn't fish clean at all. I'm very, very lucky as a co-angler to get 5 in the boat, let alone get 8 bites total. That's pretty rare. Baits I was throwing in the morning, I was just throwing a white jig to mimic the shad spawn. Then the second fish I caught was on a structure bug flipping a bush. That's what I caught him on in the open. And also I had 2 keepers weighed in on a little finesse jig. That's also another bait I used in the open, and I actually lost 2 fish on that bait. And then my second big one come on a Nika rig. If you guys watch my channel, you see me throw a Nika rig quite a bit. It's probably my favorite finesse bait out there. It's something that I started using probably 2 years ago, and I really like it. But that was the BFL. So I leave this tournament and drive 2.5 hours down south to stay with a buddy at High Rock Lake, where I'm gonna fish the ABA, a division that I'm a little nervous about. I've been running on fumes. You could tell from this little video clip I'm pretty tired. It's been a long week. I think I fished for 9 or 10 days straight. So, well guys, we're on our way home. Just finished up High Rock. It was the 3rd tournament out of 3. I dropped the ball a little bit, so after cashing 2 checks at Kerr, went down to High Rock. A buddy of mine that owns Easy Climb Outdoors. I'll leave a link to his website in the description below. Be sure to check him out if you're a hunter. He makes some pretty cool products. But he gives me a free place to stay down there at High Rock. Stay with him. Drained. It's been a long week. I've been working my ass off, mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, when you only have 1 fish at noon, it wears on you, and after a week of doing this, I'm pretty whooped. So I didn't make the best decisions today. So sorry about that, guys. You could tell I'm dead tired driving home. It was a long week. It was a lot of fun. Met some awesome people. Stayed with a couple pros at the Open, and then ended up leaving there and went and stayed with my really good buddy that let me practice with him for the BFL. We only get to fish together every couple of years. He's just an absolute stick, and we actually caught him up pretty good. Well, we shook him off, but we had a lot of bites. It was a really fun day. I learned a little bit from him. He learned a little bit from me, I would like to think. And then the ABA, yeah, that was, I don't know if I could have done better if I just had a better mental game plan for it. I felt like I really had to work my ass off to get the few bites I did. I was able to put 2 in the boat. One of them come in the morning, just on a buzz bait. I love throwing a buzz bait. I was just targeting shallow shade. We were fishing just really shallow pockets. He was fishing isolated cover, and I was just kind of covering water with that. And then later today, again, Nico rig on an isolated stick in the water. Caught me my second one at 4:30, finished 7th place out of, I think there was only like 18 co-anglers. So it was an okay tournament. I'm a little disappointed because you always want to do better. If I would have caught just one more fish and bumped up, every place I bump up is a bigger gap in that angler a year lead. And I hope I don't look back at the end of the year and see this tournament of where I didn't fill my limit. I hope it don't cost me. I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. We go to Lake Wiley for the last regular season tournament here in a couple weeks. And then it's a long summer break until the fall. So the 2-dayer in that division is on Lake Norman in the last weekend of September. So I'm looking forward to that. I feel like I understand Norman that time of year. It's usually a tough time of the year, but I really like it that time of the year. But it all depends on the draw. If he has me around right size fish, that's the awesome part about co-angler. As soon as you think you've got it figured out, you get somebody that's fishing totally a different way, and you're forced to have to figure something out. And that's a great way to get better, and you're gonna learn something from the boater. So it definitely makes you a better fisherman if you can roll with the punches and, put yourself in weird situations and face adversity and overcome it. So I encourage anybody that, is on the fence about doing it, just do it, and take it seriously. Don't push your boater. Obviously there's a respect thing there. The next co-angler diary I do, where I'm gonna recap the ABA, we're gonna get into, how to fish out of the back of the boat and be competitive, but yet be respectful to the boater, because at the end of the day, he's out there, he's putting himself in a position to do good. He didn't go out there and practice just to guide you around. You have to be respectful to him. I think that's a big deal. So the next co-angler diary, we're going to dive into the etiquette side of it. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, make sure you drop me a comment down below. But that's the BFL on Bugs Island, and then the ABA on High Rock. So thanks for watching.